marijuana would remain illegal in Alabama despite federal change. Even more confusion. Standard. The federal government moves forward with a plan to reclassify marijuana as a less dangerous drug. I'm worried that it will cause further confusion about what's legal and not legal in states like Alabama. Nearly half of all states now allow recreational marijuana. Alabama is not one of them. Alabama legalized medical marijuana in 2021. Efforts to get the program up and running have been bogged down in court. We've introduced a lot of confusion into what the law is at this point, said Leah Nelson, research director at Alabama Appleseed. And I actually think in some ways it's possible that's going to result in even more confusion. Reasons of fairness and clarity, it's really important for Alabama to take a hard look at what purpose it serves to make the possession of marijuana a felony. Dude, I'm only a third into this article and I'm already confused. Federal policy change would not change any state law, said Tim Dothit, chief trial attorney at the Madison County District Attorney's Office. It'll still be illegal at the same levels it always was in Alabama under state law. Nelson said, we've seen confusion over the issue play out before as more states legalize medical marijuana, seeing people arrested in Alabama for possession of medical marijuana they got legally with a prescription from another state. Point of the case of Sean Woolsey, a Purple Heart decorated Iraq War veteran who brought his medical marijuana from Arizona to Alabama, not a great call, found himself in prison. After his case drew national scrutiny, Worsley was released on parole after spending over 8 months in prison for felony possession. Horrible. Read a headline that medical marijuana is now legal in Alabama, or because you got a prescription from another state and it was mailed here, or because you got a prescription in another state and you drove from there to here with your medicine. I know people have been charged with and convicted of felonies for all of those things. It's time to decriminalize marijuana, said Aidan Cotter, a senior policy counsel at the SPLC. By leaving it in the Controlled Substances Act, we're still leading to criminal enforcement where there are large racial disparities. In Alabama, this is quite pronounced, where black people are about 4 times as likely to be arrested than white people for marijuana offenses. Nelson said she doubts Alabama will move towards decriminalizing anytime soon. There's certainly a perennial ball that comes out to that should be billed that comes out to decriminalize marijuana, at least possession of a certain amount or under certain circumstances. But I think any momentum with that is really stalled out with this nonsense that we're seeing around bringing medical cannabis. Under Alabama law, marijuana possession can be enforced as either a misdemeanor or a felony, depending on whether police think the amount is for personal use or not. There is no listed amount under Alabama state law to determine what qualifies as personal use. Sale of any amount is punishable by up to 20 years in prison. Sale is to a minor, the felony can see a conviction of up to 99 years in prison. Certain cities have amnesty, kind of like Austin and Texas. But what we're just seeing here is a staunch right-wing prohibitionist state mired in evangelical Christianity, putting on a plant that their own God made and grew for us all to use in peace and harmony. Doesn't everybody just pile in here on this Memorial Day? This is St. Germain for the High at 9 News. What do you guys have to say about this one?
Man, I mean, this just sounds like more of the same coming out of Alabama, and they're just basically like, we don't care what you're going to do, federal government. If you move to Schedule 3, we're still going to prosecute weed just like we always have been prosecuting it.
It's disheartening.
I mean, at least they're honest with you. At least they're honest with you, and they're telling you what time it is, and they're not trying to be like, oh no, you know what? Oh, you got caught with this. You're still going to get charged anyway. You know, they're at least warning you.
20 years for sales.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, some places that drive through,
that
other ones that drive around.
Yeah, 20 years. That's nuts.
20 years, bro. That's a long time. That is a long time to do in an Alabama prison.
It's just a little tone deaf for where we are in the world right now in this country. And considering that they have a medical program, I don't understand. What are they trying to get accomplished? I don't understand what the point of doing this is.
Man, just make sure you're calling
Alabama and Mississippi are in competition for who is the deepest South.
We do what we want.
Oh. Oh, that was good, Brandon. That was good.